So I'm not gonna lie, but when I was working on this build, I was focusing on PVE, and then I needed some pieces, right? So I went to the Dark Zone to farm for some more pieces, and this happened on PvP.
The extraction has been hijacked by a rogue agent.
Kill this guy.
Rogue agent detected. Signs critical.
Yeah, I want to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Agent has gone rogue.
Damn.
Rogue agent detected. Neutralized. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Why are you afraid, boy? You're by yourself, 1v1. Let's go. I know, right? 4v1 is better, right? 4v1 is more fun.
Vital signs critical. Rogue agent eliminated.
4v1 is not fun, buddy.
Contaminated gear detected.
By the way, this is a clutch build. Look at that. That's a perfect definition of this style in the chatterbox. That was that was awesome. That's a perfect definition of this build right there with a chatterbox. With MP5, I would be running out of ammo right there and probably die. Bro, look at that. One clip. Yeah, the chatterbox, man. I'm telling you, it doesn't have the highest damage, right, and RPM, but because you can have so much bullet on the magazine. Oh man, it's a fun build to run, man. It's really fun. And hello everybody, welcome back. So today we're gonna be working on my perfect clutch SMG build. I'm loving this build the way it is, man. It's really fun to use on the PVE, but not with the MP5. I mean, MP5 still do good, but mostly with the chatterbox. If you've been watching my streams lately, you see how much fun it is to use the chatterbox, because when you get those crits, your RPM goes higher and you get more ammo. It's almost like you're not stopping shooting, right, with the new chatterbox, the way it got buff. So chatterbox, definitely I recommend go and get it, because on the PvE this thing is really fun to use. Now for PvP, I like to use my MP5. This MP5 is gonna have the talent Strained. 5% critical hit damage is gained for every 10% of your armor that is depleted, Allegro, and Everlasting. Why Strained? Because you're gonna be working on getting your armor depleted. That way you can get more crit damage off this talent. And also we're gonna have a Berserk, right? So Berserk is gonna give me more damage also by having my armor depleted. For my SMG, the way I have it modded, it's gonna be crit chance everywhere, right? I have 5% crit chance on the mini reflex sight. I have 20 rounds on the extended 9mm mag. I have 7% crit chance from the laser point from the demolitionist specialization. And I have 5% crit chance for my muzzle, right? My base damage of my MP5 is going to be 22k. RPM is going to be basically 900, but to be exact, it's 880. And the max size is going to be 52. For the secondary, like I said, Chatterbox has a really special place on this build, mostly for PvE. For PvP, I have not tried it yet because the MP5 will hit harder. But for PvE, Chatterbox is going to be crazy. Now, the way I have set up this build, right, is going to be with 2 Douglas and Harding, 1 Sokolov, 1 Wyvern Wear, 1 511, which was not supposed to be in this build, but I'll show you why I have it, and then also a Providence defense. Now, starting off with a mask. So this mask, by having 2 of the Douglas and Harding, I get from the brand set bonus 5% accuracy and 10% crit hit damage. The attributes for this mask is going to be 42% damage to lead. Like I said, I was aiming for a PvE build and I had some damage to lead on this mask. The second attribute is 27,000 health, which is an insane amount of health on a mask. For the talent of this mask, we have insulated, 30% hazard protection. Now, hazard protection actually is going to be very, very important on this patch, especially on PvP. PvE also helps a lot, but PvP right now, it seems like a must-have hazard protection. So we do have this talent right here that gives us some hazard protection. Moving down for the chest piece, we have 1 Sokolov chest piece. The brand set bonus is going to be 10% SMG damage. Attributes, we have 3 reds and 1 blue. The reds is going to be 5% crit chance, 6.5% weapon damage, and 5.5% crit damage. Now, the numbers are not really too high. They're kind of low, but at least I have what I need, right? I have crit chance, crit damage, and weapon damage. So I'm happy with that. And then I have some health in here, and that's where I recalibrated, right? I want more health on this build as possible because I'm using a clutch. So I have 48,000 health. The talent's going to be Berserk, of course, 8% weapon damage for every 20% of your max armor depleted. And it requires a shotgun, SMG, LMG, and assault rifle drone. And that's why you have it red right now. It looks like it's not activated. And people ask me on my videos, why is my Berserk it's not activated? It's because right now, if you see it's on the corner of the screen, my guy is holding my pistol right now. Going down on the holster, we have this Douglas and Harding. That's going to be my second Douglas and Harding. The attribute is going to be 42,000 health. And then second attribute is going to be 1 red with 8% crit chance. We have 1 offensive mod slot in here. I have 2% weapon damage and 3% SMG damage. Moving for the backpack. The backpack, I have a Providence defense. The brand set bonus is going to be 10% skill power. In here, I wish if I had something else, right? I will explain in a second. So for the attributes, I have 4% crit chance and 5% crit damage. For the blue attributes, we have 35,000 health. And this is also a good amount of health that we have on the backpack. It's going to help us get that amount of health with the talent vital. This backpack itself is giving us a lot of health on this build. And in here, right, I want to explain something. Actually, I was aiming for the Murakami because if you see right there, it's saying 242,000 health if I had this Murakami. And if we compare it, right, the Murakami has 35,000 health, The Providence defense has 35,000 health, it has a talent vital, and it has talent vital, right? So they both have almost probably the same thing, right? But the Morakami, right from the bat, like the first talent, the first bonus set is give you 8% health, and that's where my health will jump from 222 to 242. And I wish if I had a Morakami, right? But the reason I'm not using this one because I already have it recalibrated and I need to have spark talent on this backpack. So that's why I'm using Providence defense. And speaking of that, the second talent is gonna be the spark. Damaging enemies with skills or explosives grant 15% weapon damage for 15 seconds, and that's is gonna help us do more damage on this build. So that's why I'm gonna be using my Stinger Hive and my assault drone for this. For the mods, we have one offensive mods slot that gives us 1.5% weapon damage and 3% SMG damage. Now, the start of the show is going to be these gloves. These gloves, we have the talent Perfect Clutch, but hold on, we get to that in a second. So, we have a 511 tactical for the brand set. The brand set gives us the first bonus, 5% protection from elite. Like I said, this was not supposed to be a 511. I was aiming for something else, but I got a Perfect Clutch in here, and you cannot roll perfect talents on anything else, right? Whatever you get it, that's what you gotta keep it. So, yeah, you cannot recalibrate this. So I have to keep this. The attributes, we have 2 reds, 2.5% crit chance, and 12% SMG damage. So the Perfect Clutch gives you critical hit, restores 25% missing health, and repairs 2% missing armor. The Perfect Clutch, the difference between the Perfect Clutch and the normal clutch, which is one right here that we have, if we compare it, so clutch and Perfect Clutch. So the clutch will give us a critical hit, restores 20% missing health and repairs 2% missing armor. The difference doesn't seem like a lot, but believe me, it will make a difference because 25% missing health out of 226,000, it's a lot more than 20%, right? And then for the knee pads, we have one wyvern wear because the brand set will give us for the first bonus 7% crit damage. The attribute is going to be a red that gives us 7.5% crit chance, and the last talent, hard hitting, 25% damage to elite for this build. Like I said, I was aiming for a PVE build, but then I went to the DARKZONE and this build works wonders on the PvP side of things, right? So I might actually later on trying to make something more focusing on PvP with more crit hit damage or something like that, but we'll see. I still have more SMG builds working on, and I'm working on that 2 seconds SMG build, but I'm farming for those pieces, right? Because that's a really hard build to make because you really need to have a lot more damage. And yeah, this build works wonder. I love using it. Now for the backpack talent, right, the spark, we're using a striker drone and the Stinger Hive. Now if we go on the stats, so let's check the stats, right? If you want, you can stop the video and check it out by yourself. So we have the talent strength, Allegro, and all of that. And then when it comes to weapon, for my MP5, we have 21,000 damage for PVE and also inside the occupied DARKZONE. And then for the PvP, which is normalized, and on the conflict, 12,000 PvP damage. For the crit chance, we have 59% crit chance, and then for the crit damage, we have 53% crit damage. Now in here, I wish if I had more, right? It depends on your luck how you can find better pieces to get more crit damage, because you can get more crit damage. I had around 73% crit damage on my builds on the PTS, right? Because I had better gear. So I'm farming for that. I might update this build just to get more crit damage. And yeah, on the SMG build, especially on the clutch, you want to hit on the body shots because you do not want to miss any shot. You want to hit your shot to get the clutch to proc. That way you want to get your health back. That's where you should use your SMG clutch build. Always go to body shot. I want to show you guys right here. So I have 67% damage to elite. This could go higher, right? If I have one of those 50% mask on the damage to elite, this could be, 77% damage to elite, or even 80 something, damage to elite, because I found a 62% damage to elite mask on the PTS. I keep saying that, and yes, that happened. But yeah, guys, this is my build. I enjoy using this build a lot, especially on PvE. PvP I was surprised because, like I said, I was just going for farming and I was wrecking people with this build. So yeah, this build is really good for PvE and PvP, so I'll make it for both. Let me know what you guys think of this build. Have you guys tried this out, the perfect clutch? And are you guys making this build? And give me your suggestion. What should I do to change this build? I like to see you guys comment and your opinion on what should I do with the build, right? So I appreciate all the support, guys. We almost in that 4,000k subs, so hopefully we hit it by on this weekend. And yeah, I'm excited for that. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate all of that. If you enjoyed the video, hit me with a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.